Welcome back, college and schools personal finance students. We are looking at time value of money. This is our second video on that. And as we look at it, we're going to do some practice to review our ideas at the beginning. You've got $50,000 and we want to set up a 5 CD ladder. Meaning I'm going to take 10,000 bucks of that and put it in one CD and leave it in there for a year. And then when that year comes due, they'll essentially say, Clem, your 10 grand plus your interest is ready. Do you want it? Nah, I don't need it. Go ahead and roll it into another CD, right? But I've got a 1 year, then a 2 year, then a 3, a 4, and maybe even a 5 year. So I go ahead and let it roll. And then as soon as it comes due, I say, you know what? I don't need it. And I know I got one coming due in a year and 2 year and 3 year. Yep, give me another 4-year CD. And it's like a ladder, and each rung, each year, you're going to get another $10,000 that you're able to use, right? So we're going to put in a 12-month, an 18-month, a 24, a 36, and a 48-month CD, right? All of these are going to pay interest every 6 months. So they're going to be compounded semi-annually. Principal is $10,000 in each. The rate is going to be different. It's going to change. How often it compounds is going to be every 6 months. But the first one's only going to do it 2 times because it's only going to last a year. Next one's going to do it 3 times because it's going to be 18 months. 4 times, 5 times, so on and so forth. Right. So let's go do some of that math. I'm going to go to a new tab here on this spreadsheet. And I'm going to toggle back and forth here. And again, I like to label the heck out of things. So principal, rate, time, interest. This is a 12-month CD. I'm dropping in 10 grand. Turn that into money. My interest rate is 2%. I'm leaving it in there for 6 months. 6 divided by 12.5, whichever it happens to be. Principal times rate times time. I got $100 after 6 months. I'm going to do this calculation 2 times. Again, I'm not done here. I need to go ahead and drag it down, and my final answer, $10,201. So in a year, the bank's going to call me and say, Clem, we got $10,201 ready for you. What do you want to do with it? Now, if I'm old and I need that money to do whatever, right, pay bills, take a vacation, buy a camper or something, I can go ahead and take that cash out. But if I don't need it, I say, awesome, go give me another however long of a CD I can get, knowing that I got another one coming fairly soon. Again, I'm going to practice my future value. It is a 2%, and no, I'm going to just screw this up. It's a 2% number. I'm just going to go 2%. I did my math twice. 0 on the payment amount. I dropped in 10,000 and 0, and I go, wait a minute. These two numbers are not the same. And I kind of gave it away that I was screwing it up because this 2% is an annual number. Well, I'm not calculating interest twice for 2 years. I'm calculating it every 6 months. So I got to divide my 2% annual interest rate by 2 or multiply it by 0.5. to get it to a 6-month time frame. When I adjust it properly to say, okay, calculate interest every 6 months, add the interest back, then calculate it again for another 6 months on $10,000 deposited for 1 year, I'll get my same answer. Right? Next up, 18 months. Now, you guys get the idea of principal times rate times time. The 18-month one would be 3, the 2-year would be 4. I'm going to skip doing it the long way, and I'm just going to do it the future value way. Now, the thing I like to do is I like to put an apostrophe before the equal sign, and it'll then show me my formula, right? It'll ignore the equal sign like it's do math, and it'll say, just type out the letter and number combination that I have. So here I can see what I wrote. Here is the formula that did the math for what I wrote. So future value. This one is a 2.2% every 6 months for 18 months. So math says I got to do that 3 times. Now it's 2.2% divided by 2, right? It's calculating this thing every 6 months, comma, do the math a total of 3 times after 6, 12, and 18 months, comma, payment is 0, comma, minus 10,000, comma, 0. Now to prove it, I fibbed, I guess we're going to prove it. We'll do it the long way. All right. 2.2% divided by 2, comma, do the math 3 total times, comma, nothing on the payments, comma, 10,000 bucks, comma, 0, 10,333 and 64 cents, 10,333 and 64 cents, right? Same math. Now, again, if I want to label, I'm going to go 18-month CD at 2.2%. Compounded semi-annual should probably go up here and say at 2% compounded semi-annual, and so on and so forth. Go ahead and do the math, hit pause on the video, and then go check your answers here. We got a 24, 36, and 48-month CD left. But you come back and you take a look. Here should be the answers for our other three options. And again, I didn't label them as well this time. This is my 24-month CD. Here is my 36-month CD. Here's my 48-month CD. Places where we will make mistakes. It is traditionally what if I wrote this one here with just multiplied it by 2.71, right? And I forgot the percent symbol. So I'm multiplying this by half of 2.71, like 271% as opposed to 2.71%. I've got $9.4 million. Right? My hope is you kind of give it the old smell test and go, that doesn't seem right, right? If 1 year CD is giving me $200 in interest, logically in 18 months should be more, yep, $9.4 million, right? If that looks right, we got some challenges. And again, common mistakes, you forget to go ahead and put the interest rate in, or you forget to divide by 2 to turn it to a semi-annual number, or multiply by 0.5, divided by 4 to make it a quarterly number, divided by 12 to make it a monthly number. Right? And you can multiply it by 0.25 or 0.08333 to get the same math. But if you don't adjust an annual interest rate for the monthly, quarterly, semi-annual number, you're going to make a little bit of a mess of things. Okay. Second number is the number of total calculations, a 4-year CD, but you're doing it twice a year. 4 times 2 is 8. That's why we're doing this math 8 times. Again, payment 0, we're not letting anything leak out. We're not adding anything to it. And $10,000, right? We're dropping 10 grand in and letting it roll. We're going to go ahead and pause on this one here. And when we get to time value of money number 3, we're going to look at some different options. So as I come back to my notes, here's how we set them all up, right? Future value, annualized interest rate, in this case divided by 2, because every single one of them was calculating interest every 6 months. Here is our time on how many times we're doing the math. All of them had 0 payments. All of them had $10,000 dropped in. Again, you can put a minus 10,000 and your answer will turn out positive. And the very last number type is 0 on all 3 of them.